Well, hello there, my fellow rushers, how you be doing today? King Rex here, and today we're gonna be doing yet another guide video. This one was requested by one of you, and I decided to do it. We're gonna be trying to beat Dusk Chateau on Veteran, No Lives Lost with a free hero. As you can see, I picked Mirage for a simple reason, the insta-kill chance, which is gonna be very handy early into the game. Now it is RNG, but believe me, it is very helpful. What do we have here? Goose. What a joke. We also have this secondary hero, Lucrezia, and she's not very useful in the early game, but later on she will become pretty detrimental. So yeah, for now she's just kinda like an additional blocker. As you can see, she's not like that great. 350 health, high armor, but she only deals between 10 to 20 damage, which is pretty underwhelming. I mean, Mirage can do more damage than that, which is really saying something. Now, let's see if we're gonna get an insta-kill. No, we didn't, but that's okay. We killed one of them already, which is pretty nice help, because ghosts in the early game can be kinda problematic. Believe me on that. And as you can see, we're getting a lot of zombies spawning in, which is kinda scary. And yeah, it is, but that's the way it is, man. We're getting a lot of zombies, but you don't really need the Rain of Fire for this wave, in particular. As you can see, we're surviving just fine. Like, everything is going pretty swimmingly. Even though we're getting all of these goose coming in, it's okay. We're gonna get a Death Rider, just so we can boost up the skeletons a little bit, and also get an additional blocker, which is gonna be obviously very nice. And yeah, we're surviving with these, and let's get the Death Rider. And yeah, we're gonna move Mirage over there because we have goose, zombies, abominations, and even more goose. So a lot of goose are gonna be coming in, which is kinda troublesome. We just killed one, which is very nice, and we dealt quite a decent amount of damage to the second one. And yeah, we're playing pretty effectively right now. I know that this Archer Tower is kind of out of position, but believe me, it kinda has to be there. It doesn't make sense right now, but it will make sense later. Now, don't worry about the abominations. What you need to worry about is this thing, the full moon, because when it strikes, look at what happens. Every enemy moves significantly faster, and you get more enemies coming out of the ground. Yeah, this is not fun to deal with, not at all, but we're gonna manage to beat it, don't worry. Now, the thing is that usually abominations, in this game at least, you want to deal with them using heavy damage. You want to kill them with brute force, unlike the original Kingdom Rush. However, we're gonna do the exact opposite right now. First of all, we're gonna do the Rain of Fire, we're gonna try to move Mirage right up in here, and we'll go for a good insta-kill. That's pretty much how this strategy is gonna work. Now this one sadly is gonna explode and is gonna obliterate like all of my skeletons, but that should be expected. We're gonna get this guy up to a crossbow fort, and we're gonna get another mage tower pretty soon. Or actually right about now, because look what do we have on the next wave. Phantom warriors, ghosts and phantom warriors, and zombies, bats, and of course, abominations. Which is not fun to deal with, not at all. We're gonna move Mirage out of the way so she doesn't die. And yeah, we're gonna be fine, so let's just start up the next wave. We're gonna upgrade this one up to tier 2, because why not? Let's see if we can get a lucky insta-kill. Can we? Oh, we actually did. Nice. That was very nice. That removed a lot of pressure, which is awesome. As I said, Mirage is kinda good. Even though most people say that she is garbage, she is not. She had some redeeming qualities, and that was one of them. Now we're gonna upgrade this guy up to level 3 pretty soon. There we go. Just so we can survive the ghosts. Because believe me, they are kind of troublesome. They're not quite as easy to deal with. Now we can also try to insta-kill one of them with Mirage. I mean, even if we don't, she still deals true damage, so that's gonna be nice. Sadly, she wasted it on a regular ghost, which is okay. Remember that Lucrezia also deals true damage with her abilities, so that's something good, that's a positive. You can micromanage both of your heroes. If you have Ulrich, I don't think you can really pull it off with both heroes, but I think his spiked armor reflects true damage, so you can kind of send Ulrich towards, what would you call it, the Phantom Warrior, but I would not really recommend it. Okay, next thing on the list, we have Werewolves and Lycans, which is pretty bad, and some goose. More goose. In this case, we're gonna upgrade the barracks up to level 2, and we're gonna start working towards another archer. And he is going to be right up in here. Mirage ended up dying, that was a little unfortunate. That's okay though, we're gonna wait for a couple seconds, we're gonna get our reinforcements and start up the next wave, because we want extra gold, right? We're greedy, we want money. But the thing is that on this level, you can't rush everything. Sometimes you gotta take your time, and patience can pay off a lot. So yeah, that's the biggest thing that you need to learn about this level. Don't rush everything. Alright, now let's see if we can get lucky insta-kill, because that's gonna be very, very helpful. Judging by the looks of it, we're not. So we are gonna do the Rain of Fire, just so we can get rid of these werewolves. The Lycan is getting kinda far. It's getting a little bit further than I would like him to be, but don't worry, he died. He dead. So we're good, right? Judging by the looks of it, yes. We're gonna upgrade the barracks up to level 2 here as well, because now they have medium armor, making them significantly more durable. We are also gonna see what's coming on the next wave. Zombies and zombies. Wow, that's actually very easy. It's kind of a joke. But there's gonna be something else coming up with them. That level likes to do that. It likes to mislead you, because look at what's gonna come out of this tower. A new enemy, and this enemy is very unique. It only appears in this level and nowhere else. The Vampiresses. And they are kind of a troublesome enemy, but don't worry, we're gonna do this, because Lucrezia's first ability can insta-kill them, which is very nice. Now there is a slim chance that if she is at a bad angle, she may not insta-kill them, but for the most part, you should be able to insta-kill a lot of Vampiresses with her ability. You just need to time it properly, alright? Also we're gonna move Mirage up in here because she doesn't see any action, so let's put her in some danger. So that way she can make our life a little bit more easier. Now the thing is that the Vampiresses have a little bit of a questionable design. I mean, look at that picture over there where my cursor is. Yeah, that looks kind of suggestive, man. I don't know. It looks kind of questionable to me, but alright, I'm not gonna question the rights and what's right and what's wrong, but I don't know, for a kid's game, this picture looks a little seductive, to say the least. You know what I mean? Anyway, there's another swarm of Vampiresses, and usually, as I said, the best way to deal with them is Lucrezia. You can also try to kill them with pure physical damage, but it is kind of hard, so usually try to micromanage Lucrezia, and your life is gonna be so much easier. What do we have on the next wave? Ghosts, Phantom Warriors, Bats, and some Werewolves. Okay, doesn't look too threatening, at least for now. Alright, can we kill this Vampiressa? I think we can. Yes, we did. Perfection. Next thing on the list, what should we get? Well, we are gonna get one more Mage Tower up to level 3 later. For now, we can't quite afford it. We're gonna try to insta-kill this guy. Let's see if this is gonna work, or... Oh, well, we didn't, but we dealt quite a lot of damage to the Phantom Warrior, so that was good. Now we are gonna use the Rain of Fire pretty darn soon, because this swarm, it's kind of problematic, and I don't really like it. So, you know what? Screw you guys, just annihilate you. You may be thinking that this is a bad idea because we have ghosts, but don't worry, this wave is very easy. It's one of the easier waves in this level, so you should be fine. What do we have on the next wave? Goose, Abominations, and Lycans. This wave is actually kind of challenging, believe me, because I lost to this wave once due to the Goose. So don't underestimate these things, alright? Even at that point into the game, they can be troublesome. Don't underestimate their power. So we're gonna try to do some additional damage, like right from the get-go, so we can make our life a little bit more easy. We are gonna try to insta-kill an Abomination, which I'm not quite sure if that's gonna work. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. We'll see. But now, just be careful with your Rain of Fire on this wave. If you waste it at the wrong spot, you're probably dead. So we're gonna Rain of Fire the Lycans because they are by far one of the more threatening enemies. The Abominations, even though they have speed boost, they're gonna take like an eternity to come in. So we're gonna try to focus on the Goose. And as you can see, we dealt with them. So we're gonna move Mirage back, and we're gonna try to start insta-killing. Now, is this gonna happen? Probably. We're gonna get like at least one insta-kill for sure. Let's see. Alright, Mirage, move out of the way a little bit. Block with reinforcements. And sadly we don't got an insta-kill. So for this wave you have to be kind of waiting. There's not really a good way around it. We are gonna get a Totem of Weakness though, because that's pretty helpful. Doing extra damage is always a positive. Now we're gonna try to micromanage the barracks out of the way of the Abominations, because if they die, well, we're kinda, you know, screwed. As you can see, it's getting kinda scary. The Abominations are making progress, that's for sure, but don't be too intimidated. We're gonna upgrade the barracks up to level 3, and they should be able to survive? No, they didn't. Alright, we're gonna get our reinforcements. The next wave is a joke though, don't worry, a bunch of bats. Or is it? Or is it only bats? Let's see. Are we gonna get anything else with these bats? Yes, sir, we are. More vampiresses. That's why Lucrezia is so detrimental later, because if you don't have her, these things are gonna be very, very troublesome. Now we're gonna try to micromanage her, so that way we can just kill all of them, which kinda happened, which is, you know, obviously very good. Now we're gonna try to make Lucrezia survive and not die, because even though she has high armor, the vampiresses have one ability that deals true damage, which could be troublesome. It could be very, very, very troublesome. We're gonna start working towards another archer now, in the meanwhile, because we're gonna need quite a decent amount of physical damage, at least on the left side that is. We're gonna get this guy up to level 2, soon to be level 3, very soon I guess. Alright, the totem of weakness is helping out quite a bit there. Now we're gonna try to kill as many of them at once as possible, so that's why I'm micromanaging Lucrezia. As you can see, we killed a crap ton of them. A crap ton of them just vanished in thin air, which is the way you should be using Lucrezia. And make sure that she is not engaging in melee combat too much with the vampiresses, because, as I said, they can easily kill her with their abilities, which is the blood, which is, I don't remember the exact name of it, but basically they drain your guys' health and they regenerate some health back, which is kind of a bad ability. For us, for them it's great, but for us it's pretty devastating. And it deals true damage, so armor doesn't matter. So yeah, and the bats are just a joke. As you can see, we're melting them. What do we have? Zombies, zombie, and some more zombies. Huh. Pretty much the same thing, right? Except, hey, come on, you know what's gonna come. Vampiresses. This is kind of losing its originality, but okay. I guess bring more of these things, just so our life can be that much harder. So we're gonna micromanage Lucrezia onto this side, because here we have mostly magic damage, and this side is pretty much filled up with physical damage. So try to use Lucrezia's abilities on the right side, not on the left. All right, that's pretty much the main thing. You can also use her here, but make sure that this side is clear first, or beforehand, whatever. We're gonna start upgrading the Mirage once again later on. Actually right now, because we have the funds to do so. Now we are gonna get more vampiresses, but it's okay. It's kind of getting repetitive. You already know what to do. I've already explained it, so we're gonna do this and destroy it. We're gonna move up in here and wait for the cooldown to come back. For the ability to recharge. That's what I was trying to say. What do we have? Phantom Warriors and Phantom Warriors. So a lot of Phantom Warriors. That's kind of alright. We just need to upgrade our mages a little bit. But we don't have a lot of money right now, as you can see, which is kind of troublesome. Just a little bit, but whatever. We're gonna start off the wave and we're gonna be good. We're gonna get some of these ghosts popping up though, so you kind of have to be aware of that. Also, nice insta-kill, Mirage. Good on you. We're gonna get an Archmage because he deals a lot of single target damage. We're gonna get also a couple extra mages. Just a couple. Not all that much, just mostly to increase the overall damage of our high tier wizards. Because, as you know, there's this upgrade called Brilliance, which increases the DPS of your mages by 5% for each mage on the screen, which can stack up to quite a heavy amount, which is obviously very good. Now let's try to insta-kill this guy. Can we? Can we do it? Not quite. Yeah, with Mirage you kinda have to micro a little bit and hope that everything is gonna go well. If you want an easier time on this level, definitely use Bruxa or Auric. I'm doing it with Mirage just for the showcase reasons, nothing else. Alright, no insta-kill, okay. Goose and 8 abominations. Jesus, man, that's quite a heavy amount of abominations. That's actually kind of spooky in a way. Alright, well, let's prepare them. Also, a lot of vampiresses are gonna be coming in, which this wave actually makes it pretty hard. It gets pretty tough with the vampiresses, but as I said, as long as you micromanage Lucrezia, you should be Gucci. If you don't though, then yeah, you're gonna have some issues, to say the least. Sorry. Alright, let's move her up in here and wait for the ability to recharge. I know that Mirage is doing pretty much nothing there, but don't worry, we're gonna get her into action later. For now, insta-kill this Discord, make sure that everyone is dying. We also have 1000 gold, which I haven't realized until now. Oh, that's bad, that's bad. We need to spend it, right? Yeah, but first of all, let's make sure that We get a good insta-kill there, nice. We're gonna get the Falconeer up to level 3, up in here, because it can affect quite a decent amount of towers, as you can see. We're gonna move Lucrezia in, or actually no, I'm gonna move her up in here, because there's a little bit of a more trouble here, because of our lack of physical damage. There we go, destroyed, and we have a lot of abominations now, which looks scary, not gonna lie, it does, but don't worry, we should be fine. We should be Gucci. As you can see, the vampiresses are dead, and now all we need to do is just not die in a stupid manner. We are gonna get an artillery though, but it's not gonna be... Well, actually we're gonna get multiples. One here and one up in here. This one is gonna turn into a dwarf, and this one is gonna turn into a battle mech. And you could go for either one of them first, but I will recommend you going for mostly the battle mech. I upgraded this one up to level 2 just so it deals a little bit more damage. Well, no other reason really. Alright, let's move Mirage out of the way because apparently her HP is pretty darn low, but as you can see with the totem of weakness, we're melting through. We're melting enemies, man. They're having no chance. They stand no chance. We're just annihilating them with brute force. As you can see, it works pretty effectively. We're insta-killing one of them occasionally, which is, you know, always a positive. Make sure that Lucrezia doesn't die too, because, you know, she's your secondary hero. I know it's a little bit hard to micromanage multiple heroes, but if you've played this game before, you should be kind of used to micromanaging. I know that Mirage died there, but that's okay. What do we have? Werewolves and Lycans and Goose. So this side is safe, but this one, ooh. That's a lot of werewolves if you ask me. So let's see how we do. Hopefully we're gonna survive it. We're gonna send Mirage in just so we can, you know, maybe in skill 1? Maybe? We did. That's okay. We're gonna put our Lucrezia up in here because we're gonna need a decent amount of blocking power. We're gonna send the Battle Mecha in just so, you know, it can help out. And yeah, here you kinda have to be precise with the Rain of Fire. You have to wait. Oh, Mirage died. Again. Alright, ignore Mirage's sudden death. We're not gonna use the Rain of Fire here because as you can see, the totem of weakness is giving us just enough damage. We're gonna get these guys up to something though. We're gonna get some assassins later. For now we don't really need them, but we're gonna need them towards the last wave. For sure. We're gonna get more Wasp Missiles, because you know, Wasp Missiles are just a must and a no-brainer move. What do we have? 5 Lycans and 2 Ghouls, what? That's a joke, man. But you know how this level works, there's probably gonna be something worse coming in. This is just a foreshadowing of something terrible that's about to come. Alright, well, how we're doing against the ghosts? I think we're fine, so let's just start off the next wave and see what happens. What are we gonna get, dear sir? Vampiresses. That should have been obvious. Wow. Very creative. Just keep on sending Vampiresses. They're not a trouble, man. As you can see, we just do this. They're done. I mean, yeah, if Lucrezia wasn't in this level, then yeah, we will be struggling quite a bit. But thankfully, she is included because, I mean, I'm not quite sure if it's alright, maybe it, like, it's probably possible to beat this level without Lucrezia, but chances are it's gonna be much harder, so why bother? Alright, let's go this forward and retreat. And for now we're just doing fine. Oh, there was a sudden pop of enemies. Alright. The game is starting to intensify a little bit. We're gonna send Lucrezia up in here just so we can insta-kill this forward. And we're gonna do retreat. Retreat back to the other choke point. Wow. Very hard, right? Yeah. It was kind of spooky for a second, but in reality it wasn't. Alright, what do we have? 52 bats. Ooh, that's a lot of bats. And 31 ghosts. Quite a decent amount. Alright, Mirage, please don't die again. Just stay there and hack away from the outskirts. I'm gonna move you up in here, maybe insta-kill someone, please. Or are you gonna insta-kill one? Even if you don't, it's okay. Oh, you did quite a lot of damage due to the totem of weakness. Okay, let's just start up the next wave. Let's go.
Blah blah vampire emergency blah.
Blah blah vampire emergency blah. I love the voice lines for Lucrezia there. So bad that they're hilarious. Alright, Archmage here, that's our next step, and pretty much just get these guys up to Archmages. You can get like another Necromancer at the back, just in case, but I would say go for Archmages for the most part. For the most part, you're gonna need quite a lot of damage for the boss, because the boss is by far the hardest part of this level. I mean, the composition of it is kind of, you know, hard to beat, because there's a good amount of enemies that have armor and magic resistance. So you kind of have to get creative with your strategy at some of the waves. But for the most part, this level is pretty good. You know, it has a very good design. Definitely one of the more interesting ones in Frontiers. That's what I have to say about it. Time for the last wave. Ooh, that's gonna be kind of interesting. Let's see what are we gonna get. 7 Lycans. 7 more Lycans. 21 zombies and 4 abominations. 20 goose, 2 Lycans, and 8 Phantom Warriors and 1 Lycan. Jesus flippin' Christ, that's quite a lot. So we're gonna get assassins, because we're gonna need quite a bit of stalling. You can say, oh, go for Templars. Yeah, right. I'm not going for Templars. Also nice insta-kill Mirage, definitely helped out. We're gonna send Lucrezia in, because on this wave you don't get Vampiresses, so you can just let Lucrezia do some extra true damage, making your life a little bit easier for the Phantom Warriors. Now we are gonna get, what would you call it? The counter attack. You can get the sneak attack firstly, but I would say that the counter attack is gonna be a little bit more efficient. Now the thing is that what's gonna happen here is we're gonna get a full moon, and you know what happens when the Lycan is under a full moon? He can transform your units into, you guessed it, werewolves. So that's kind of the scary part about it. Oh, Mirage, you just I tried to micromanage her, but she ended up killing someone that had like barely any HP. So that was a bad micro on my end. Sorry for that. Next thing on the list. Well, we're gonna increase the sneak attack up to the maximum level. We're gonna make sure that the Mirage doesn't die again. If she does, then we're gonna be kinda screwed. So let's move her out of the way at a safe distance. Keep the abominations there. And here comes the hard part, guys. Here's where the Rain of Fire is gonna be very needed. Because look at what's gonna happen. Are you listening to this? I'm not quite sure how well you can hear it, but that's a lot of howling. That's quite a heavy amount of howling, and it's scary. Oh my god. Jesus, Batman, look at all these Lycans. They're about to start annihilating us. Now, the thing is that you want to wait for the Totem of Weakness to come in, because that way you're guaranteed to annihilate with the Totem of Weakness. We're gonna wait for it, and we're gonna obliterate! And as you can see, destruction. Oh yeah, Batman. We are gonna be victorious. We are gonna get the Furnace Blast, because why not? That's like gonna be the last thing that we get. We're gonna move Mirage up in here, I'm gonna get some reinforcements. Oh, we did. Okay, time for the boss! Vassile. The thing is that you can attack him during the cutscene, which is kinda hilarious. You can do some nice chip damage while he's just, you know, staying there. Alright, let's do the Furnace Blast, do some damage. We're gonna put our, you know, guy over there. And yeah, Vassile is kind of a hard enemy, not gonna lie. Look at that health. That's not like super heavy amount of health, he has no resistances, but the thing is that there's gonna be a crap ton of Vampiresses showing up to support him. So that's why Lucrezia Micro here is gonna be very important. So don't mess this part up, guys. If you mess up, you're probably gonna die to the Vampiresses, not Vassile. That's usually what happens if you're not careful. That's why Lucrezia is so important on this level. As you can see, the Battle Maker is helping out quite a bit there. It's slowing him down. So that way we can, you know, deal with the Vampiresses beforehand, which is very nice. That's why I put the Battle Maker there, because it's very helpful, as you can tell. Now we are gonna get this guy up to Archmage as well, because I kind of forgot to, not gonna lie. Kind of a bro moment there. We're gonna insta-kill these guys. We're gonna move Lucrezia out of the way, because as you can see, this guy can just slurp up your units and drain their health, and he can regenerate some of it in the process. We're gonna get these guys up to level 3, but not quite yet, because this boss, believe it or not, has multiple phases. And as you can see, holy Jesus, that's like a crap ton of Vampiresses, bruh. Like, are you expecting me to take care of this? Yeah. That's manageable. That's manageable. Look at that. Look at the swarm, bruh. That's terrifying. Like, when I played this level for the first time, I was like, what in the actual hell is going on? But the good thing is that Vassile is dead, or is he? No, he's not. That's his first phase. He has an additional phase. And as you can see, he's gonna start going towards the other path. That's why we're keeping our guys up to level 2, because we're gonna do something kind of cheesy. However, we're gonna get the critical mass for some extra damage. We're gonna move the assassins up in here any minute now. First of all, let's do this. And as you can see, yeah, he has the same amount of health, but he has this dead aura. which basically makes your guys die in an almost instant. As you can see, the skeletons dead. But it doesn't matter because we're gonna rain of fire him and he will succumb to his injuries. GG. Wowzers. Yep, it wasn't that hard. It wasn't super hard, right? Oh yeah, but as you have noticed, this level requires quite a little bit of thinking and some micro. So if your micro sucks and you don't really time your rain of fire properly, you're probably gonna die at some point of this level. So this guide video is gonna give you a good idea of what you need to do, but the majority of the work is gonna go to you guys. You need to micromanage on this level for sure. And yeah guys, well, with that out of the way, that's gonna do it for the video. Thank you everybody so much for watching, I appreciate you for sticking around to the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this content in the future, and while you're at it, drop a like on the video, it means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next video. Until it comes, that was King Rexy, over and out.